And the most predictable scorer in the EFL this weekend, Willie Gnonto.
Ipswich just haven't been able to cope with those wide players, that quality in the front four. Morning, everybody. Another Saturday in the Championship, round 4, and I am going home, which means I get to use this. It's Ipswich versus Leeds. So far this season, it's been very good for Ipswich, not so great for Leeds. Ipswich, 3 wins for 3. Leeds coming down from the Premier League, haven't won yet, but there's a few things that have changed this week that might make that narrative a little bit different today. Ipswich, we know, have had a few injury problems, particularly in goal and in the right back area. Kieran McKenna, in his news conference yesterday, also said there might be issues with George Hurst up top and Cameron Burgess at the back. And then there's Leeds, who may well be able to put out the strongest side they've been able to field this season. Sinistera and Gnonto probably going to be involved in some way, shape or form. And big new signing, Joel Pirro. Surely we're going to see him today. Right then, let's head down to beautiful Suffolk. There we go, lovely drive down to Ipswich, beautiful day. And for those of you who know the town, I have just parked on the hill where the great Sir Bobby Robson used to live. We are here in the pub and the team news has indeed just dropped. And I have to say, from an Ipswich Town fan point of view, it's not great news. George Hurst out for Ipswich, Caden Jackson in, lots of running power there, maybe, but Leeds United are starting Sinistera, Gnonto and Pirro. So loads and loads of threat up the top end for Leeds. There's still the hope from an Ipswich point of view that you can catch them before that pattern of players kicked in, but the star power definitely feels like it's there with Leeds. 1 hour to kick off. We'll head down to the ground in a minute.
Always good to get Sir Bobby in. We are in, all ready to go. I must admit the nerves are kicking in, especially with that Leeds front four. For about 15 minutes from kick-off, Ipswich versus Leeds in the Championship. Oh, wow, well I haven't said a word. I was just waiting for the game to settle, and Ipswich have taken the lead. Caden Jackson in down the left-hand side. He puts it across low, and it's an own goal. I don't know who it's gone in off, possibly Roden. Strowrick and Roden are discussing it right now. It's been fairly even for the first minutes of this game. Ipswich take the lead on 5. I thought Caden Jackson was struggling up there on his own to begin with, but it's him that's helped with the breakthrough. Ipswich lead 1-0, own goal. Goodness me, it should have been 2-0. Wes Burns gets played in behind. He takes his time, he takes too long. I think it's Sam Byram who gets in to make the block. It's a hell of a tackle with the goal at his mercy. 1-0 Ipswich could have been 2. Well, how about that? It could have been 2-0 to Ipswich. It is 1-1. Jorginho Rutter has finally got a goal for Leeds. He wriggled his way through. It's a good goal, actually. Comes in off the right-hand side, beats 2, just finishes low into the corner, trickles over the line. Nice, tidy feet. Leeds back in it. 1-1, 10 gone. And the most predictable scorer in the EFL this weekend, Willie Gnonto, who's been subject to a refuse to play saga. He's in the team for the first time. He scored within 12 minutes here to put Leeds 2-1 up. It's a lovely cross in from the left-hand side, swung in with the right foot, in swinging. Everyone's watching it, they let it bounce. Gnonto on the back stick, he just pokes out a leg. He's a bit more lively than everybody else in that 6-yard box, and Leeds, having been 1-0 down within 8-10 minutes of this game, are now 2-1 up within 12-13. Incredible stuff. Ipswich 1, Leeds 2. less than 20 minutes gone. We have our fourth goal. Leeds go 3-1 up, and that front four I was frankly terrified of is destroying Ipswich now. It was Sinistera in off the left-hand side. He bends the shot, spilled out, and there was new signing Joel Pirot. Only signed possibly 2 days ago, I reckon. Sticks it in, easy finish. Well, it's 2 till half time, and Ipswich really have plenty of chances in this half. Broadhead there just gets nice narrow position, edge of the box, just drags his shot wide. Looks like Leeds are going to go in 3-1 up in the last minute of the first half. And this incredible game has a 5th goal before half-time. Horrible from Leeds, mistake at the back. Caden Jackson nicks in, takes it right wide. We were past the 6 minutes of minimum stoppage time. He cuts it back. Nathan Broadhead rolls the ball in. That changes the complexion as we were going into half-time. It's Ipswich 2, Leeds 3. Half-time whistle has just gone. Wow, what a half. David Diamond, Blue Monday podcast. What do you make of that?
Exactly what you said, what a half. I mean, Leeds, we looked a bit, I thought, sounded a little bit overawed perhaps, perhaps looked at their team sheet, saw the front three and thought, hello, it's going to be tough today. 3, I'd say, preventable goals maybe, Ben, do you think? I think.
Well, what I was going to say to you is, does that last goal right before half time, is that more of a fair reflection of the game?
I think so overall, because I think you just told me what the XG was, and I think we're well ahead. So yeah, interesting half to come. I mean, at the time there, after the third went in, every time they went forward, they looked like they were going to score.
Are Ipswich going to be able to cope with that Leeds front four for another 45 minutes?
You think, fitness-wise, Nonso hasn't had a lot of football, Sinistera hasn't had a lot of football, so are they going to blow out a little bit? So yeah, big half coming up, but sure entertaining, mate. What a half of football that is.
Amazing. Check out Dave tomorrow night on the Blue Monday podcast.
Cheers.
Oh goodness me, it is all Ipswich in the second half. We're coming up the hour mark. Broadhead stepped into the box a moment ago. He drew a good save on the near post from Melier, and then Leeds were a man down from the corner. Harry Clark comes inside, just bends the ball just around the far post. Ipswich need to take advantage now in this period, because Leeds are going to come again. 60 gone, 3-2 Leeds. We go in to the bench, 71 gone. Brandon Williams is about to make his Ipswich debut. Amari Hutchison is going to come in. Freddie Ladapo as well. Triple sub for Ipswich. It's got a bit more loose the last 5 minutes. Leeds are coming out on the counter a little bit more. I do still feel there's a fair chance of another goal in this. Ipswich go to the bench, 20 to go. Well, I said there's going to be another goal here, and probably slightly against the run of play. It's gone to Leeds, and Ipswich just haven't been able to cope with those wide players, that quality in the front four from Leeds. Sinistera this time, just that acceleration, just explodes past Brandon Williams, who's just got into the game, into the box, keeps his head, lovely finish, and that has sucked the air out of the stadium. 4-2 Leeds, 15 to go. I would say killer goal, that one. We are into 5 minutes now of stoppage time. Leeds going to the bench now. Garby and Cresswell coming in. It's pretty much game over here without a miracle in stoppage time. Ipswich scored in 6 minutes of stoppage time in the first half. They've done it in 5 minutes of stoppage time in the second half to make it 4-3. I suspect the whistle will probably immediately go after we've taken this centre, but it is now only 1 goal in it. Chaplin drills it in left-footed, 4-3. What a game at Portman Road. It was Ipswich 3, Leeds United 4. A game with 7 goals. 5 of them came in the first half, indeed, and probably best summed up by me saying this is a promoted League One team playing against a Leeds team that only maybe in the last week they've been able to do this, but to stick out a front four of real quality. Perhaps in terms of pattern of play, there wasn't too much in it. In terms of finishing, the two teams were absolutely miles apart, with Nonto, Sinistera, Pirro and Rutter all on the score sheet for Leeds. From an Ipswich point of view, look, not the worst afternoon in the world, but look, if you're going to leak 3 goals in the space of 10 minutes in the first half against any team, you're going to be in big trouble. You do only come up against these new Year 1 parachute teams 3 times home and away per season. So I think that will fill Kieran McKenna with maybe some positivity, but this idea that there is still a bit of a drop-off between real first 11 and a couple of replacements does need fixing before the end of the transfer window. From a Leeds point of view, it's just really been about navigating a really tumultuous couple of months. The takeover took ages. It took ages to get Daniel Farker in. There's been problems with players, want away players, and been able to get transfer deals in. They've done all of that now, and the Leeds fans will consider this as ground zero and the kick-off for their season. Are Leeds all of a sudden the finished article that they weren't 1 week ago? Well, no, obviously not. But it does feel now that they've got the resources, especially if they can keep 3 or all of that front 4 that played today, and a manager who knows the course in this division and has won it twice. There you go then. That is my take. Ipswich 3, Leeds United 4. Get yours down there in the comments. Love to know what you think and what this means for both sides and where they're going to head off with, I think, just one more game now before we go to international break number 1. Thank you everybody for watching. Please do like and subscribe. And why not have a little click up there and check out my regular chats each and every Thursday now with Sam Parkin, brilliant pundit, on the Championship Check-In podcast. We'll take you all the way across the division each and every week.